Welcome to the No Windy Sleeves podcast, where we discuss personal development topics ranging from health and fitness to business and entrepreneurship. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Oh, and always remember to fuel your body and fill your sleeves.
All right, go ahead. We are here with 1994, Mr. Pennsylvania, Paul, DiPippa, and his son Anthony.
No,
just kidding. NWS.
Hey,
Ant's back. He's a multiple guest appearance on here, so he's back at it. We just got done a lift. I'm sore. I'm full. I'm a little tired from the weekend, but figure we hop on, drop some really just feelings, and see where we're at with everything. A little lethargic.
A lot of cookies.
Yeah.
What how you feeling after that?
The last, I would say, month has been like a kind of like a fuck it month. Ever since probably Thanksgiving, kind of strayed away from a diet. I would say more like an 80-20, like 80% strict, 20% fuck it. But I'm happy and I'm excited to get back to kind of pushing back to the grind. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think you can get into a really shitty like mindset, mental state when you're going through these holidays, because everything you're doing, especially if you're someone that kind of takes care of your body, is off. Right. So a lot of people who don't really watch what they put in, I think it's magnified for the people that do watch what they're intaking and take care of their body more, because for some people it's just a little bit excess of what they're used to. But for us, I feel like everything hits a little bit harder. Mm-hmm. And I know I battle with it every like Monday, essentially.
Right.
You come back from a weekend and you're just like, well, I really didn't drink that much, but you felt like you got hit by a fucking truck. Mm-hmm. And it's because no sleep, cookies, sleeping on a couch, not training the same way, not getting the blood flow. But I feel like for me, it's just a fucking battle.
The hydration.
Yeah.
It's a big one too.
I know. We were like, what was it, New Year's Eve? We're like, what happened to the times when it used to be like 4 a.m. and we're still ripping shotguns? It was like 1:30 and we're like, all right, I'm gonna lie and sneak my way up to go to bed. I was like, I'm going to say I'm going to go change and just not come back.
Hey, Emerson woke up. I got to roll.
Yeah. Monitor died. I'm going to sneak upstairs. Is that something that was hard for you when you were bodybuilding? Like the holidays and shit, or did you just say, fuck it?
Well, normally the holidays was the time when we were bulking. So it was just that we were on the seafood diet back then.
A little bit of
whatever
everything.
you see, you eat.
Yeah.
But now it's a lot harder, I can tell you that much. You know, you feel it when you train too. Like it takes longer to warm up.
Yeah.
Your hydration just doesn't feel right. Taking in all these sugars that are just not good.
I can't get my ring off.
Yeah.
Like my finger, I'm holding so much water.
Yeah.
My fingers, my hands are swollen. I cannot get my ring off because my finger's so fat.
Yeah.
You know? And it's comforting because I know in like 2 days it'll be back to normal. Like
Right.
It's not like I know that my body changed that much over a bad weekend, where I think some people can misconstrue that too. That's why I rarely ever really get on the scale.
Yeah.
You know, because it doesn't matter. You're going to show every Monday or even today after that.
Well, I noticed like I've had the last week off, and when I'm working and, you know, I'm grinding and putting in hours, driving far, getting to the gym, like it almost, like David Goggins says, it calloused your mind. Like you become like tough to it, and like you enjoy the grind. Like when you are laying around for a week and you don't wake up till 9 and, you know, you're kind of eating whatever, it's like you feel like a cupcake. You know?
You were having anxiety yesterday. Like, I need to just go do anything.
Yeah.
I just need to get out of the house.
Yeah.
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 I know I'm the same way. I like, when we were coming back today, I was like, I just need to get back and have a nice productive day before my week actually starts. Because it kind of gets everything back in motion, my body, my mind. Whereas if you kind of delay it, push through the weekend, you come back Monday, that Monday's a buffer day and you're missing a whole day, a week of work and productivity. And it's a struggle.
I think it's equally as important, though, to get those weeks in where you just chill. You know, you get that mind reset. Like we were just talking about how, you know, over the holidays, you let your diet slip a little bit. And, you know, training never really slips because that's the fun part. But like, you know, the diet and the kind of waking up early and getting your shit done. That shit's important because when you do go back to the grind, you kind of feel refreshed and you're excited to get back to it.
I don't love, but my shit is always the most aligned after I go kind of screw off for like a weekend or a week. Like that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm taking my greens, taking my vitamins, I'm sleeping more. I've scheduled out my days because I felt like such shit.
Yeah.
That I'm always usually the best and most productive right after I get everything out of my system. Yeah. But I plan out, like you said, the whole fuck it. It's like 6 weeks. Mm-hmm. I'd say it's like the week of Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And just all the way through, it's like, I'm going to eat whatever. Training days are going to be different. Sleep's going to be different. I'm going to have more alcohol. And then I know usually the first week after New Year's Eve, that's kind of a buffer week. And then you're back to work, back to the structure, back to the, kind of discipline that you need.
Yeah.
To continue with it. But
yeah, like even the sleep, just find yourself sleeping a little later when you don't have, you're off, you're staying up a little later. And now it's time to like put all that aside and get back to it. It's kind of exciting.
The Yellowstone really throws a wrench into the sleep too.
The Yellowstone, yeah.
And I think it's important to say too, like, it's not a New Year's resolution that we're kind of doing. It's not like, oh yeah, come January 1st, we're going to change this. It's not that. Like, I think New Year's resolutions, and my opinion on this, are fucking stupid because it's just an excuse for somebody to prolong getting out and doing something productive. But it's just kind of some time off from the hectic life that we all kind of live.
And I think I'm in the same boat as you. I think New Year's resolutions are stupid, but I think New Year's is a time to reset. And I think it's a good like benchmark time to plan and evaluate your goals. Right. Like I think because it's good to give yourself a year and not call them resolutions, call them 2021 goals.
Right.
And then revisit. So you 2020, you kind of look back at it and now reset and sit down, but they're not resolutions. And if some people use that word to like kickstart them, if they can continue it through the end of the year, I'm all for it. Yeah. It's painful sometimes to get the hype up for 30, 60, 90 days. And I see it a lot because in the fitness industry, but you see it 30, 60, 90 days and then March comes and everything's back to where it was.
Right.
In the middle to the end of the year before.
Yeah, if it's November and you're already like planning out your New Year's resolutions, like I guess any advice I would give was don't wait. Don't wait until January. Don't wait until a date to start. You know what I mean?
Are you looking at me because of the puff bars?
Yeah, no.
Just stop doing the puff bar now.
But
don't wait.
It doesn't start till Monday.
Monday, exactly.
Yeah. We give it the buffer week after New Year's, so the best is if New Year's falls on a Tuesday. Get that whole next week. So it always has to restart on a Monday.
Yeah.
That's what we were saying. So at B-Tut, well, I bought them before New Year's, so it doesn't count. I'm like, would you spend $1,000 on puff bars to last week through March so you don't have to fucking... You bought them before.
Right.
But yeah, no, getting on them, that's like the little thing, like attacking the little things. It's the same concept. If you can get it done now, if you could quit and stop now, quit and stop whatever you're doing in November if that's what it is. If that's when you realize it.
Yeah, little wins are huge. Don't go for the whole thing at once. Take it step by step.
I think you do that really well. Definitely better than I do. I'm a little bit more emotional driven. Mm-hmm. You're really good on really setting, I feel like, achievable goals.
Yeah.
They're not rushing it and not trying to jump too much, but really sticking it. You're not letting the hyper emotions of certain events or certain weekends deter you from your stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas me, it's like, okay, well, it's a wedding weekend, so right. I'm going all in, drinking, staying up late, and whatever. You're still like, I'll have a couple drinks here and there, but if I do that for 3 straight days, it's really going to take me off track.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a big piece.
Andy Frisella calls it passive aggressiveness. It's setting goals and going after them, but knowing when to be patient and knowing when to, put it in high gear and go for it. You know what I mean? That's a huge thing.
That was what you were telling me when I was going off about the company the other day.
Right. Yeah. You, which it's a good thing that, you're a go-getter and your mind gets lost and you're trying to do so many things at once. It's like, all right, step by step, passive aggressive.
What was the other one? Patient. It was patient something. You're like, be aggressively patient.
Right.
Where you're like, what you want, you're set up for it, but you're not making decisions to really jump jump the gun that are going to hurt you and set you back. Like, be patient, let it come through. You know what you want to do. You have it planned out.
Yeah.
But be patient and kind of let the process take over.
Yeah, because you'll get your mind going in a million different directions, and you're actually less productive. You know, if you have 10 things you want to do in a day, but it's not realistic to get those 10 things done, do 5 of them. Do the next 5.
That's
tomorrow.
what Rick was talking about. Stop finishing things 60%. You got 7 things finished 60%.
Right.
It's better to have one thing done 100%.
Right.
I need to work on that. And I said the other day, when Rick asked me for a list of all the things to do, and I actually wrote it out and sent it on paper, and it fucked my mind up. And I saw it, and I just couldn't sleep. Instead of just being like, all right, tomorrow I'm going to get 1 through 3 done and move on.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I'm going to try to get 26 things done in one day. People, that's where I think they can fuck up with the resolutions too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to lose 15 pounds in January. I want to just lose 5. And you know what I mean? Lose the next 5 in February.
When I was in like training people and in the fitness industry, when people would come, like I hated this time of year because I knew like there would be people coming and it was like, how fast can I lose weight? Or how long is this going to take? They would say to me. And it's like, you can't look at it that way. You know, like we need to change your behaviors, you know? And
it was like we were talking about in the car when I asked you how many people that you used to train or train with still train or look like you. You're like, not a lot, because it's not like a lifestyle change.
Right, exactly. And that's what I would always try. I'd talk to them. I'd say like, hey, do you brush your teeth every day? Well, yeah, I brush my teeth every day. Well, it's the same thing. Like you have to develop those habits that like, you know, you're going to be consistent with your health and your well-being, physically, mentally. You can't just be like, well, I'm going to go at it hard here in January, because I knew like I would see it and I'd try to prevent it as much as I could and try to help these people say like, you know, I want to see you in July.
Yeah.
And not 6 weeks from now, we don't see you anymore. You know? Right. So I have a handful of people that I've actually been training for like almost 3 years now, and you can tell their physical changes aren't as drastic as some people that come in the first 3 months, but their whole lifestyle has changed and their mindset, and that's why they're still here, because they see it as a value, even though you're not seeing the big jumps. Like you see the most change in your body in the first 6 months of your training because you're untrained.
Right.
You gotta give it that time.
Exactly. And then you start feeling it, even though your results become much smaller, you know, from a day to day or month to month, because your body's more trained. You got to change the stimulus. But those people, their whole lifestyle have changed. The ones that have been coming, you know, 2-3 years, because it's built into it.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing. How much different you were training people? So you were a personal trainer while you were competing bodybuilding.
And I did more nutrition counseling than anything.
And
I did train people.
You were CSCS?
I was.
1994, Mr. Pennsylvania. 1995 as well? Who was that one?
1995.
What was that one? No, Mr. New York, 1995.
That was second place.
Second, okay. Sorry, I mixed it up. My fault.
Thanks for bringing that up.
Sorry. That was my fault. Do you think if you were around doing that stuff in today's day and age of social media, you'd still be kind of all in and doing it that way?
I can only imagine what it would be like to you know, have social media and to be able to promote, like everything was done. It was all word of mouth, and there was no online training.
And even back then, just taking care of your body wasn't nearly as big as it is now.
People thought I was like a
lunatic.
Yeah. What does he do?
Yeah.
You know?
I love that shit. Like when people bust your balls, like Scott will bust your balls about, oh, what do you got to do? Work out in the morning, do some curls. And it's like,
yeah.
That shit feels good. I love my friends. You're not drinking tonight? Yeah, well, yeah, I got to work out tomorrow. I got to do this, do that. Like, just let loose and have fun. I'm like, I can't. It's not good for my mental health.
The problem with that is, it's like if you set yourself up every week and I'm going to let loose, then it's like, well, I'm going to go out Thursday night too.
No, it's 2 steps forward and 2 steps back.
Yeah.
You're not really going anywhere.
And then, like you said about Mondays, and then it's like, well, Mondays are kind of a wash because you're worn out.
Yeah, I'm a big Monday guy. Though I think the weeks feel much longer when you go into Monday feeling like shit and it's a waste of a day. Like I think the week moves when Monday you're fired up, ready to go. Even a lot of it for me is just routine. It might not even be drinking or letting loose, but I know when I come back from New Hampshire, we really don't drink too much when we're up there. But it's traveling, getting back late, being off schedule, being off that weekend of getting stuff done. And sometimes Mondays kind of like a daze. And then I'm like, it's only Wednesday. Yeah. Holy shit. You know, and I think a lot of that goes into staying with what you're doing. But him and I don't know if we differ in our mental thoughts on it, but like, I think there's like not a time and a place, but there's different phases in life. I think he just skipped it because he matured a little bit faster when it came to it from a lot of people, where it's like 18 to 25, you're supposed to go out and just get fucked up on the weekends and party college, you know, maybe 18 to 24, whatever it is. Whereas even him on his 21st birthday, he was like, all right, that's it. It's cool. I'll still go have 3 or 4 drinks, you know?
Absolutely. I know.
I partied more than any high school kid probably should have. So I got that shit.
Means, did you know that, or was he lying to you for those years?
Yeah, no, it was.
Gina, I was really did you hear that?
I wouldn't lie to you.
But I kind of got it out of me. Like when I went to college, I went to a technical school, so there wasn't any really parties. So that's when I got into lifting, is because nothing was going on. There was nothing else to do. And I'm like, well, might as well go to the gym. You know what I mean? So like I got that in my past then. And then I just felt, I saw how good it felt to be able to kind of make progress, and you get addicted to it. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to change that to, you know, go out Friday and Saturday night anymore. I don't want, you know, it's.
I think that was right around the time you met me too. So I'm just saying that might have had something to do with it. Well, I mean, he was like 175 when we met.
I was bigger than you.
False.
That is not false.
I don't even know. Were you training then?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Were we both bigger than Paul at the time? So still?
No, I'm still not even trying to catch
close.
up.
I get B-Top. B-Top's going to start getting into it here. He's got a nice nutrition plan starting Monday. Shout out B-Top.
You got to get over that honeymoon phase.
Oh, yeah. New girlfriends. I'm not a new girlfriend guy. I don't like it.
Yeah.
B-Top, you got to pick it up and put it back down. Just keep doing it.
I said he should just go deadlift the 4-wheeler. Stand on block. If he doesn't have a gym, just go to the backside of the 4-wheeler, put some cinder blocks, and do some fucking rack pulls with it.
Exactly.
I don't care.
Neutral and push it.
Yeah.
Run up the hill, holding rocks. They got a steep hill there. It's like run to the top by the railroad tracks and down 10 times holding the fucking rock. Get your training stimulus in. Yeah. And it doesn't matter to me.
That's important, though, because a lot of people think you got to be in a gym environment to make any sort of progress. I mean, if you don't have a gym, if your gym's shut down or whatever, just get out and move. Go find a hill and run up and down it. You know what I mean? I
said that today on the way here. I was like, I just can't wait to stretch when we get there.
Yeah.
Because you can just feel the buildup. We said that. You're like, dude, I can't get into my rhythm squatting. I'm like, because we just sat on the couch for like 30 hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like, and just ate shit. And it didn't, getting that blood flow, circulation, hydration, it's everything, I think.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I got to do a better job with those GPP days. Even sometimes for me,
they're important.
Getting them flow.
Yeah, especially as you're getting kind of pivoting into training now. GPP is like, if you're a power lifter, it's really important to keep up your general physical preparedness as you get into the last weeks of peaking, because if you don't, your Louis Simmons calls it, your athleticism goes down, and that's when you get hurt, right? So he draws it like an X. As volume decreases and intensity increases, your general physical preparedness goes down. That's why you need to keep those days up, so your athleticism doesn't go down. You don't get hurt. Your body's more resilient.
I think that makes a ton of sense. He's the fucking he's the GOAT. A documentary for everyone to watch. West Side vs. World. We just watched it last week. Yeah, amazing.
Fire under my ass.
Yeah, ready to go.
Chuck Vogelpohl looks like he wants to rip somebody's head off. Like, I want that.
Today was like, I feel like I'm a fairly big dude. If I went into a room with him, I think I'd actually be a little frightened.
Yeah, I would be. I mean, I've been around some pretty big dudes, and like I work with some like pretty scary guys, but like that dude just looks like he wants to fucking kill somebody.
He's a different animal. So what is next? What's coming up 2021 for you guys? Anything big that you want to accomplish in the gym wise? I mean, talking goals here, not resolutions, not trying to change anything. You guys got anything big that's sticking out for you?
Go ahead.
Well, for for me, and I thought about this lately, being, for me to continue to make gains, not especially like, and even Stan talked about this, about how at his age, he's my age too, and just being able to gain size probably isn't going to happen, but I want to continue to keep my strength at that high level.
Mm-hmm.
And I would love to just to maintain where I'm at right around the 200-pound mark, continue to pull 500. To me, like, to continue to go after more heavier weight. I don't know if that's smart.
When did you feel that?
Right.
Like, when did it start? Like, at what age do you think?
Last year. I swear to God. I'm
At
telling
50.
you.
At 50.
Well, no, because at 50 is when I got to 515 deadlift, 450 squat, 330 bench, and then it's like now it's like I feel like the Flintstones. I'm just like treading water just to stay there.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is like, and I think I was telling you the other day, like sometimes if I do like I'm 4 sets of 3 or something, that 4th set probably my best set because it just takes me takes that much longer. So I just want to be able to stay at this level.
Yeah.
I want to maintain a high level where I'm at. I want to stay lean.
Yeah, I think that's where smart programming comes in too. I mean, it probably wouldn't be a bad idea for you to think about doing like every other week heavy.
Because your work capacity drops so much, your ability to have it.
Your ability to recover and carry
Absolutely.
fatigue is a lot higher.
Yeah,
I think that would be probably a good approach to take for you. And that just goes, as you get stronger too, like these elite powerlifters, they're not squatting and deadlifting heavy in the same week. You know what I mean? Because they can't recover from it because the weights are so heavier. I think that goes the same with age too. You know what I mean? Because you can't recover as fast.
And recovery is everything.
Right. Like I would never give him what we're doing now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah. You like it wouldn't, especially like as much pressing we're doing in the first 6 weeks. Your shoulders probably would be trashed.
That would be
It would just be like an overuse injury. It wouldn't be so much an injury, it'd just be overuse. You know what I mean?
And that's been the thing too. Like this, I have, knock on wood, the injuries have been a lot
woke
more.
up.
I think. Sorry. A lot of it has to do too with making the switch to vertical diet.
Yeah.
Ever since I switched and started eating more vertical, my injuries, just a little nagging, really went away.
I was going to say it's probably as you get older too, the nutrition comes so much more into play, the gut health, things that aren't going to cause the inflammation, stuff like that.
Yep.
Which I think is, and the thyroid stuff I think is huge because you got to watch as you get older and things start to slow down. If you're still trying to eat like you were when you're 25, 30, blood pressure could go up. There's a lot of different things that can happen to you.
I'll tell you the biggest thing that I made a commitment to doing 2020 was taking the 3 10-minute walk.
Yeah.
You talk about general, preparedness.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just taking those 3 10-minute walks.
Especially
really
for digestion, right? After you eat.
Well, yeah, because, it mimics exactly what like insulin does.
Right.
Takes care of your blood sugar. It's just been huge. I mean, we don't do cardio.
Yeah.
I couldn't even tell you the last cardio, but that really helps.
Yeah.
It really helps with mobility, keeping the inflammation away, keeping your energy levels higher.
That's a big one for me with the walks is the energy. And it's funny that you hit on cardio because you're looking at someone who probably walked around 10%, maybe a little less, maybe right around 10% for yourself.
I would say.
No cardio. Diet and weights keeps you lean.
Gotta lift weights.
Yeah, and you gotta when you're doing a high rep squat workout, that's pretty much cardio.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the days of 45 minutes on a stair step are kind of behind us. You know
Unless you're getting to that elite level.
And yeah, unless you're prepping for a bodybuilding show or something.
Yeah.
And you got to pull off the last bit of fat. But, you know, that's just going to, the long steady state cardio has been proven to decrease muscle size.
What do you got coming 2021? What are you thinking? Training, life, anything?
I want to buy my first rental property, and then just continue to work towards being in the fitness industry full time, and then obviously to deadlift more than you.
That's mean. Could just put a number on it.
I don't care what it is.
Is it at the time?
Hmm?
Is it at that time, or is it all time?
All time.
All right.
Well,
if it wasn't for him, I would probably just stop trying to lift for numbers. I'd just be chilling.
Yeah.
I'm good with
Yeah, seriously.
Healthy competition, though. It's good for the mind.
I agree. Everything. Competition. I'm overly competitive in a lot of things, but competition keeps you sharp.
Yeah.
Keeps you going in the right direction.
Yeah.
It keeps you from complacency.
Yeah.
I think it's huge.
And that goes for anything you do in life.
Yeah.
Like, we have the competitions within the business all the time. I fucking love them.
I'm trying to be competitive at work, too. Like, I want to do what the other road mechanic can't.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? I want to be that shining star.
That's why a lot of people say that they'll draft a quarterback that's good that they don't need right now. A competition for the current starter may have been there for 10 years. It's like bringing in, hiring. I like to, if you hire someone who is going to push you, it's going to keep you from just kind of putting your feet up.
Yeah.
Like a lot of that, bringing guys in on the team for no windy sleeves, they're going to push that. I think it's super fucking important.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think Tom Brady does when they draft a quarterback?
Who? Is that football?
He's that washed up dude.
I'm a big, I don't watch football anymore. I don't want to raise my daughter around. It's a little barbaric. So
that's
more of a tennis golf.
Very good
guy.
Choice, Chris.
I want the same thing. I think I'm gonna try to Ashley and I want to get a house this year. And then in the gym, I want to be able to hit some. I want to be able to just pull 600 on any day. Really, I don't really have a number in my head that I want to get to, but I would just be able to walk in the gym, squat, 455, 500, deadlift 6, and bench 315 just on any day.
Yeah, I'm going to be able to build out my online clientele too. I mean, it's been going good now with the amount of clients I have now, which is only like 5. It was 6 for a while. That's with my job. That's I like that number, but I would like to get it to like 10.
Yeah.
And see how that goes over. And then just continuing to learn about training. I mean, I think one thing, a mistake anybody can make in any industry is thinking they know it all. You know what I mean? Always continuing to learn. Even if you don't agree with somebody's methodology or whatever, you know what I mean? Kind of take that with a grain of salt and try and spin it into your own way.
Yeah.
Like with Dave and his nutrition programming, with the ground turkey. Like, I mean, I don't agree with it, the things I learned, but I would never say he doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if I was, trying to prep for a bodybuilding show, whatever, and he gave me that, I would be like, well, you're taking the reins now. I'm going to try and learn from you.
Yeah, that's why I like having other coaches, nutrition or train me, because I'm learning stuff that I don't know. So I'm going to use this time that Dave's coaching me nutrition-wise to learn his style, so then I can take that and move it on. Yeah. So I know I don't know everything. Mm-hmm. I would you say I want to continue to learn too. I want to get back into focusing and learning more on the athlete.
Yeah.
And more running mechanics. Got straight off and been reading and focusing so much on strength training, powerlifting. Mm-hmm. I want to get back to learning more about the athletes and the energy systems, the recovery piece, and I guess like the time periods of when to train what way.
Right.
I've kind of gotten away from that as I left the college sector. But I think there's a lot of different things that sometimes we have to pick and choose where you're going to learn what area. It's hard. You want to learn more in business. You want to learn more in training. What type of business, real estate, the businesses we have. It's hard to pick the time. That's why you can overwhelm yourself, like you said, if you have way too much shit going on in your head.
Yep. We want to announce anything we're doing with No Windy Sleeves lately coming up?
Well, we got the crew pre-order. Those are going to be done probably by the time this is launched. But supplements, we're in a little bit of a delay just because we want to make sure that they're done right. So they'll be coming out a little bit later in the year than we anticipated.
Yeah, one thing that we always say at our meetings is we want to put out top-notch products, whether it's clothing or supplements. We don't want to try and take the cheap route. You know what I mean? We want to put out the best stuff and stuff that we believe in. You know what I mean? It's not stuff like, if we put out a shirt, it's because we all would wear it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not just trying to please our customers, which is number one, but we're not going to put out something that we wouldn't like.
We don't want to make a quick buck.
Right.
Like, that's it. And, we know that we could do that. And we battle with it. 'Cause we're like, we got to get this out. And it's like, we wanted to get the supplements ready for January. And we tried, but
it wasn't ready.
It's not ready. And we just don't want to rush it. It's the same thing like with all that stuff. We battle with it. We are launching a coaching portal, basically where you can come on and be a No Windy Sleeves coach.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to give you the resources to learn how to market yourself as an online trainer, give you the tools, give you the app, the software that you need, and kind of teach people how to do it. And then they can come on and be a No Windy Sleeves coach. That way you get promoted through our page. We want to build out our resources for people. And that's something that we wanted again for January, but we're just not ready. Yeah. So we don't want to just roll it out there. And then the ambassador program is the same thing.
Yeah.
We have an ambassador program that we're really close to launching, but not quite. The back end details aren't done, and we don't want to just roll it out there half-ass. So it's been. But then we have the Man Card podcast that just launched yesterday. That is something we're super excited about. We got some big guests. Seth Ferraro is going to be our first official guest other than our interviews.
So pumped for that.
We're going to be going out to him for a couple days. It's going to be freaking awesome. He's someone that we all look up to.
Yeah.
Get a lift, kind of shoot some footage.
Learn
and then
from him.
That'd be great.
He's a role model for us. So
yeah, I mean, we talked about listening to his first episode and how where they were 4 years ago to where they are today is exactly what we are now.
Yeah.
And kind of how we model our business on.
And when he said that, when he was like, "Oh, it's 2016," I was like,
"That's not that long ago.
5 years ago now." I was like, "Holy shit!" You know. And we always say like 5 years we want to be doing this. I'm like, someone just did it. We can do that too, which I think is going to be freaking awesome. And a lot of that goes back to working with Dave. Dave's coming on with us. Dave Hurt, who was the first episode. He's brought a lot of knowledge and a lot of motivation to our group, which I think is fun too. And again, he's going to be coaching me, so hopefully I can blow up a little bit here physically.
Yep.
We'll see. But yeah, I mean, I think that's all we really wanted to touch on, kind of dive in there. So thank you all for listening. You guys have any words to close with? Got any words for DiPippa, Paul?
I can't say I'm on air.
If I could give any advice that I need to take myself to is stop feeling sorry for yourself. If you're working long days and need to get to the gym or you want to get something done, somebody somewhere has had it worse. So just push through it and get your shit done.
Fuck yeah.
And I would say, be consistent about it too.
Mm-hmm.
And, like Ant said, if you don't feel like it, you still got to do it. It's just like anything else that you do on a daily basis to take care of of yourself. Exercise and diet have got to be a part of it. So if that means you have to prep your meals the night before, even though you don't feel like it, just do it.
Yep. Like I said, stop feeling sorry for yourself. And that it's not even in, exercise and nutrition too. If you're trying to build a company, get your shit done.
That's exactly into my piece of advice would be, I always say, put your why in front of you. Remember why you started. You didn't start it just to kind of do it. You didn't start to lose money. You did it for a reason.
Yeah.
Keep that in front of you when you are tired. Everyone's tired when they go to want to do something. Nobody wants to do it. If you're motivated and just motivated to do it all the time, it's easy.
Right.
You got to do it when you don't want to.
Yep. And it's, like what we always say here is dedication over motivation. Motivation only goes so far.
Yep. Yeah, true. Or as we always say, matter undermine.
Matter undermine. It's a play on words.
Cut it there.